The basics of heart, basics of cardiac physiology. In heart, we have two basic things. Number one is a type of blood, and number two is a type of circulation. Right? The blood type is heart has oxygenated blood or it has deoxygenated blood. At the same time, it is dealing with both type of bloods, oxygenated and the deoxygenated. In circulation, going on in our heart is systemic circulation and pulmonary circulation, right? The other one is pulmonary circulation. This is the basics. Right now we will discuss each and everything in detail. Heart is a muscle, right? And it has 4 chambers, right? It has 4 chambers in it. The upper portion of the heart is the atria, as we all know, and the lower compartment is known as ventricle. This is a very basic concept. You all should know this basic before stepping upward, or to know the general mechanisms of how the signals are transported, how the blood is pumped, which hormones are pumped, and which blood is pumped, and when pumped, how the electrical signal comes when the parasympathetic sympathetic. Before all this, you should know these basics. This is the atria, upper portion, and this is the ventricle, right? This is the atrium. This is the right ventricle, and this is the left one, right? So now we have blood. Blood is coming from just keep in mind that both oxygenated and deoxygenated blood, both type of bloods are present in the heart at same time, right? First of all, we have superior vena cava vein. Here it is superior vena cava, and here we have inferior vena cava. This is superior vena cava and this is inferior vena cava. Superior vena cava is collecting the blood or from head, like from the upper portion of the body, head, thorax, and the upper limb, while the inferior vena cava is collecting the blood from the lower body, right? Remember these things in mind. This is superior vena cava, this is the inferior vena cava. Take this as a right and take this as a left, because superior vena cava is bringing the deoxygenated blood from the different part from the body, from circulation, and bringing it to the heart so that it can goes into the lung and become oxygenated, and then it goes back to circulatory system, right? Superior vena cava, inferior vena cava. First, it enters into the right atrium. Here blood is coming into the right atrium. For right atrium, there are the pumps present, right? At the point that allows the passage of blood, they opens and allow the blood to move on. From right atrium, the blood, then these are the tricuspid valves, right? These are known as tricuspid valves, these are known as AV valves. These valves opens and send blood to the right ventricle, right? From right ventricle, there is a pulmonary artery that is connected to the lungs, right? This is the pulmonary artery. Why this is artery inside the heart? Because it is carrying the blood away from the heart, right? Artery is the one that carry blood away from heart. So this is the pulmonary artery. What is this? This is the pulmonary artery, right? It is the taking blood away from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation, as it is the deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood always comes in the right side of the heart, from right atria to the right ventricle via the pulmonary artery into the lungs, right? After oxygenation from the lungs, now the blood became oxygenated. It is coming back into the right ventricle, left atrium via the pulmonary vein, right? Now if it is coming here let me draw here. Now we'll discussing after coming back from this, right? Now this is the lung. From lung, the heart is the blood is coming here. This is the pulmonary vein. This is in the pulmonary Vein, because it is known as vein because it is bringing the blood back to the heart, right? As it is the oxygenated blood, and this is the pulmonary vein. This is the left side, right? This is oxygenated and left side. Via the pulmonary vein, this is oxygenated blood. Now via the bicuspid valves, after opening of the bicuspid valve, it comes into the left ventricle, right? From here goes the aorta, which supplies blood to all the body systems, right? From here it goes into the aorta, and then aorta distributes it to all the other part of the body, right? This is the systemic circulation, right? And this is the pulmonary circulation that we have studied in the right side of the heart, because it is giving the blood to the lungs. Lung is the pulmonary part, the pulmonary circulation, and now this is the systemic circulation, as the blood is running back from the lungs to the left atrium via the bicuspid valve to the left ventricle. From left ventricle it pushes into the aorta, and the aorta is distributed all over the systemic circulation, right? As summarizing the systemic circulation, just look, this is the systemic circulation. In systemic circulation, it is from the left ventricle, after coming left aorta, left atria, left ventricle, then into the aorta, then divides into the small arteries, and then into arterioles, small arteries, and then into arterioles that are under resistance, right? From arteries, arterioles then divide into capillaries, right? In the capillaries, there the exchange take place. In capillaries, the exchange take place, right? From the capillaries, it became vein. From veins, there are venules, or then they become vena cava, and they return back to the atrium. Which atrium is this? This would be the right atrium, because deoxygenated blood comes into the right atrium, right? Now I'll tell you in summary about this is pulmonary circulation, and this is systemic circulation. In pulmonary circulation, blood comes from superior and inferior vena cava to right atrium to right ventricle, and pulmonary artery take it to the lung, right? This is where it ends. In systemic circulation, we have blood from the left ventricle to aorta, right? From aorta into small arteries that became arterioles. From arterioles that regulate the flow, right? Arterioles are the one that regulate the flow, and then we divide into the capillaries. Capillaries are the one where the exchange take place, and from this capillaries we have exchange take place. We have veins, and then veins collectively form the vena cava that brings blood, deoxygenated blood brings back to the right atrium, and then here goes the right atrium that forms the deoxygenated blood. From right atrium we're going to ventricle and all that stuff. This is all for the basics of the cardiac physiology that you all should know before understanding the electrical signals and the other higher stuffs, right? I hope you guys understand all this.